Good morning. In the previous lecture, we completed I think G.P. Thomson experiment. G.P. Thomson experiment is very important. This is because G.P. Thomson performed that experiment to get diffraction of energetic electrons, which provides very strong evidence for particle properties of waves. Next article from this unit is uncertainty principle. Next article, uncertainty principle. Let us see what is this uncertainty principle. When a body is in motion, we associate a de Broglie wave with that body. So, a moving body must be regarded as a de Broglie wave group. When a body is in motion, a de Broglie wave is associated with that moving body. So, what we do? A moving body must be regarded as a de Broglie wave group. When we consider a moving body as a de Broglie wave group, this consideration puts certain limitations on the accuracy of measurements we do for particle properties. See what I am saying? When a moving body is regarded as a de Broglie wave group, this consideration puts certain restrictions, certain limitations on the accuracy of the measurements we do for particle properties. To clear this concept, let me draw three different wave groups. Figure 1, Figure 2, let us consider these three figures. Figure 1, Figure 2, Figure 3. What these three figures represent? It represents a wave group it also represents a wave group. It also represents a wave group. But these three wave groups are not similar, not identical. These three wave groups differ from each other. This wave group is representation of a body in motion. This wave group is representation of a body is motion. This wave group is also representation of a body in motion. It means that these three different wave groups, which are altogether different from each other, represent the moving body. Let us consider the first wave group. You are asked to get the position of the moving body at a certain instant of time. Look into first wave group. You are given this first wave group and you are asked to locate position of the moving body. This wave group is wide wave group. It has many waves. Therefore, if we measure, if we locate the position of the moving body, it will not be correct. It will be incorrect. So, the measurement of position of moving body cannot be done correctly if such wave group is provided to us. On the other hand, let us go to this wave group. This is very, very narrow wave group. This wave group actually has only one pulse. And now if you are asked to locate, to measure the position of moving body, you can locate position of the moving body very easily, very, very correctly. So, measurement of position of body in this wave group is very simple, and the measurement you do for the location of position of the moving body will be correct. Then you are given this group. This group is extremely wide. This wave group is more wide than this wave group. This wave group is more wide than this wave group. This is more wide. And in this third wave group, again you are asked to measure, to locate the position of the moving body. It is highly impossible. If you try to locate the position of a moving body in the third wave group, your result will be wrong, very wrong. Instead, if you are asked to measure momentum of the body, momentum of the moving body in this wave group, what to do to measure the momentum? You know the de Broglie relation. Lambda is equal to h divided by p. H is Planck's constant, p is momentum of the moving body, lambda is wavelength. From this equation, I can write p is equal to h by lambda. So, if you are asked to measure here momentum of the moving body, what you have to measure? You have to just measure the wavelength lambda. As this wave group is wide wave group, extremely wide wave group, measurement of wavelength lambda is very simple. If you measure wavelength using in this wave group, the measurement will be very, very correct. very accurately you can measure wavelength of the wave in this wave group. Here you may not measure the wavelength correctly, because here you will have only one reading. Here you can have many readings, you can have many observations, one observation, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on, and take their average. That will give you more correct wavelength. Here you can do only one observation, the observation may be wrong. In this case again you can do many observations and then go for average of these observations. You will get correct wavelength. Once you get correct wavelength, you can find correct momentum. It means that whenever a body is moving and you are regarding that as a de Broglie wave group, the de Broglie wave group may be of this nature, may be of this nature, may be of this nature. Here and here you can measure lambda or momentum very correctly. Here you can measure the position very correctly. If you are asked here to measure the position as well as the momentum simultaneously, we will be unable to do these things simultaneously. Simultaneous measurement of position and momentum in this wave group cannot be done. Simultaneous measurement of position and momentum in this wave group cannot be done. Simultaneous measurement of position and momentum in this group cannot be done. This is the inherent uncertainty. This is the inherent uncertainty. By nature, this inherent uncertainty is introduced in the measurement of simultaneous measurement of position and momentum of the moving body in this wave group, in this wave group, in this wave group. And therefore, the uncertainty principle is, what is the uncertainty principle? The uncertainty principle is, if you are asked to measure the position and momentum of a moving body simultaneously, there is uncertainty in the measurement of a position by delta x, with the simultaneous measurement of momentum with uncertainty delta p. If you are asked to measure simultaneously the position and momentum of a moving body, there will be uncertainties in the measurements of position and momentum. So, the uncertainty principle states that there is uncertainty delta x in the measurement of position of a moving body with simultaneous measurement of momentum, giving rise to the uncertainty delta p in the measurement of the momentum. It means that at a time you can either measure x correctly or p correctly. When x is measured correctly, p will be measured incorrectly. When p is measured correctly, x will be measured incorrectly. These two cannot be measured simultaneously and correctly. This is the restriction put by uncertainty principle. According to uncertainty principle, if you are doing simultaneous measurement of position and momentum of a moving body, there is uncertainty delta x in the measurement of position with uncertainty delta p in the simultaneous measurement of momentum of the moving body. To understand these uncertainties, delta x in the position measurement, delta p in the momentum measurement, let us consider a wave group formed because of two wave functions psi1 and psi2. Let me consider wave function psi1 as wave function psi1 as psi1 is equal to let us consider two wave functions. Wave functions psi1 a cos omega t minus kx, equation number 1. Wave function psi2 a cos omega plus d omega into t minus k into dk plus x. These two wave functions vary slightly in angular frequency by d omega and vary slightly in the propagation constant by dk. Let us allow these two wave functions to combine with each other, to superimpose with each other, to give a wave group. To give a wave group given by psi, and this psi is equal to psi1 plus psi2. Psi1 is this, psi2 is this. Let us add these two. Or this may be further. Let us use here formula of cos A plus cos B. A can be taken common. A is here, it can be taken common. What left is cos A plus cos B. Cos A plus cos B is 2 cos A plus B by 2 into cos A minus B by 2. We have did this in one article in this same unit, in this same chapter. Cos A plus cos B will be equal to 2 cos A plus B by 2 into cos A minus B by 2. While taking this, we shall also consider cos of minus theta is equal to cos theta. Keeping these 2 points in mind, this equation may further be written as two A cos 2a cos a plus b 1 by 2 into cos a minus b 1 by 2. Minus, if I take this first one, this get cancelled, this get cancelled, this will be 2 omega, this will be 2k, and our equation will be equation number 3. What we do here, we shall take this approximation, 2 omega plus d omega is approximately equal to 2 omega, and 2k plus dk is approximately equal to 2k. With these approximations and taking this 1 by 2 inside, equation 3 now becomes psi is equal to a cos of omega t minus kx into cos d omega by 2 into t with this approximation. Equation 3 for psi can be written as psi is equal to 2a cos omega t minus kx into cos d omega by 2 into t minus dk by 2 into x. Equation 4 is the expression for a wave group or wave packet. This is the original wave in equation 1. This is the modulation wave of angular frequency d omega by 2 and the propagation constant dk by 2. When this modulation overlaps upon this wave, the type of wave groups formed may be represented by figure 4. Equation number 4, it is for de Broglie wave group, and this de Broglie wave group in equation 4 may be represented by figure 4. This is a wave group, this is a wave group, there will be series of such wave groups. This will be one wavelength, this will be one wavelength, and therefore width of two groups when taken together is lambda m. Lambda m is the wavelength of modulation. Lambda m is the wavelength of the modulated wave or modulation. Half of this will be lambda m divided by 2. When we consider this portion of modulation and find the wavelength, that wavelength will be equal to lambda m. Half of this will be equal to lambda m divided by 2. This is how wave groups are formed. This is how wave groups are formed when two wave functions psi1 and psi2 are combined together. Now, in this wave group or in this wave group, you are asked to measure the position of the moving body. This is a wide wave group, this is a wide wave group, and therefore there will be uncertainty in the measurement of position of the moving body in this wave group or even in this wave group. The smallest portion in the wave group is lambda m by 2, lambda m by 2, lambda m by 2. So we may consider delta x the uncertainty in the measurement of position of the moving body is equal to lambda m divided by 2, equation number 5. The smallest portion in these wave groups is this, half of the modulation wavelength, and therefore what we consider that the error, the uncertainty in the measurement of position of a moving body at the most equal to lambda m by 2, at the most equal to half of the modulation wavelength, and therefore let me write here delta x is equal to lambda m divided by 2, equation number 5 as equation for the uncertainty in the measurement, the uncertainty in the measurement of position of the moving body. Okay, then you know the relation between wavelength and propagation constant. Lambda m is wavelength of modulation, so Km will be the propagation constant for this modulation, and so Km, the propagation constant of the modulation, Km, the propagation constant of the modulation will be 2 pi divided by lambda m. Propagation constant for the modulation must be Km is equal to 2 pi divided by lambda m, or this may be further written as lambda m is equal to 2 pi divided by Km, equation number 6. Now come back to the modulation. What is the value of modulation here? Dk. Let me assume this as delta k by 2. So if I use this value of modulation, I mean if I use this value of propagation constant of the modulation in equation 6, lambda m may be written as lambda m is equal to 2 pi divided by one by 2 into delta k. Equation number 7. Lambda m is equal to 2 pi divided by 1 by 2 delta k. For this km, we have taken this value dk by 2. Smallest possible value delta k by 2, delta k by 2. Put this value of lambda from equation 7 into equation 5 to get delta x is equal to 1 by 2 into lambda m is this 2 pi divided by 1 by 2 delta k. This 1 by 2, this 1 by 2 get cancelled, and what we get is delta x is equal to 2 pi divided by delta k. Equation number 8. And see what is equation 8. Delta x, uncertainty in the measurement of position of the moving body. Delta k, uncertainty in the measurement of the propagation vector k, this 2 pi. Okay. So delta x, uncertainty in the measurement of position of the moving body, can be given by equation 8. This is about half of the article. Half article is still left. Hope you understood this part. Tomorrow we shall go for the remaining half portion. Thank you.